What if I told you that nearly 60% of seniors are taking vitamins every day that are actually making them weaker, foggier, and even sicker? You might think that popping a daily vitamin pill is a smart habit, but for many people over 60, these supplements could be secretly sabotaging your health. Today, we're going to reveal the 4 worst vitamins that you should never take after 60 and the 4 essential vitamins you must take daily if you want to stay strong, healthy, and sharp well into your 70 seconds, 80 seconds, and beyond. We've all heard it. Take your vitamins. They're good for you. And for decades, that's been the message. But what if I told you that some of the most common vitamins, the ones sitting right there in your medicine cabinet, could actually be doing more harm than good? It might sound shocking, but it's the truth. As we age, our bodies change. The liver doesn't process toxins as efficiently, the kidneys can't flush out excess nutrients like they used to, and our blood vessels and nerves become more fragile. That daily vitamin A, iron supplement, or calcium pill that you've trusted for years could slowly be causing damage. It's not just about aging, it's about making the right choices to support your health at this stage of life. So let's start with the worst offenders, beginning with one of the most commonly recommended vitamins that could be quietly poisoning your system, vitamin A. You've probably been told for years that vitamin A is great for your eyes, skin, and immune system, right? It sounds like a hero, doesn't it? But here's the catch. If you're over 60, taking too much vitamin A in its retinol form can be extremely dangerous. Retinol, the synthetic version of vitamin A, found in many multivitamins and liver-based supplements, is fat-soluble, meaning it gets stored in your liver and fatty tissues. When you're younger, your body can handle this just fine. But as we age, our liver's ability to process excess vitamin A declines. It doesn't flush out as easily, and over time, that excess starts to build up in your body. This can lead to a whole host of problems: dry skin, brittle hair, dizziness, joint pain, and even nerve damage. But the dangers don't end there. In fact, a 2022 review in a European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with excess vitamin A had a 25% higher risk of atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat that increases the risk of stroke. This is not something to ignore. If your supplement contains more than 700 micrograms of retinol per day, or 900 for men, you could already be in the danger zone. And the worst part? Many senior multivitamins are packed with this dangerous version of vitamin A without you even realizing it. So, what's the safer alternative? Thankfully, you don't have to give up vitamin A completely. Instead of retinol, go for beta-carotene, the natural form of vitamin A found in foods like sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and eggs. Your body converts beta-carotene into vitamin A only when it needs it, so there's no risk of overdose. It's like a self-regulating system that only fills your vitamin A tank when it's low. This simple switch could protect you from the hidden dangers of retinol and help keep your body healthy. But the next worst vitamin on our list is just as common, and it could be draining your energy instead of giving it back. Let's talk about iron. Iron has long been recommended for energy and strength. It's in multivitamins, it's in energy boosters, and for decades, it's been sold as a remedy for fatigue. But after 60, iron supplements can become a ticking time bomb. You might not realize it, but taking too much iron can cause serious damage to your organs. Here's why. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out through your urine, iron gets stored in your liver, heart, and pancreas. And as we age, we stop losing iron through blood loss, so excess iron can accumulate and cause oxidative stress. This stress damages your cells and tissues, contributing to diseases like dementia, heart disease, and even cancer. A 2018 study published in Alzheimer's Research and Therapy found that too much iron in the body could increase the risk of dementia. So while you may have been taking iron for energy, it could actually be doing more harm than good. The tricky part is that iron toxicity doesn't announce itself. The symptoms are vague and often mistaken for the normal signs of aging: joint pain, fatigue, brain fog, and heart palpitations. But behind the scenes, the iron in your body is slowly damaging your heart, liver, and brain. So what can you do instead? If you're over 60 and you haven't been diagnosed with iron deficiency, it might be time to cut out the iron supplements from your daily routine. Many senior multivitamins still include iron, even though most seniors don't need it. Check your supplement label carefully, and if you're unsure, talk to your doctor about getting your iron levels tested. And don't forget, You can still get iron naturally from foods like lean meats, beans, and leafy greens without the risk of overloading your body. But what about calcium? It's supposed to be the key to strong bones, right? Well, not quite. Calcium supplements, especially when taken alone, can actually do more harm than good after 60. For years, seniors have been told to take calcium for bone strength, and it's true that calcium plays an important role. But the problem is that our bodies stop absorbing calcium as efficiently after 60, so the excess calcium you're taking isn't going to your bones where it's needed, it's going to other places like your arteries and joints. When calcium builds up in your arteries, it hardens them, raising your risk of heart disease. It can also contribute to joint pain and stiffness, and in severe cases, cause kidney stones. In fact, a 2016 review in the Journal of the American Heart Association confirmed that seniors who took calcium supplements had a 22% higher risk of heart disease. The irony? While you thought you were protecting your bones, you may have been putting your heart at risk instead. So, what should you do instead? First, get calcium from whole food sources like leafy greens, sardines with bones, yogurt, and almonds. And if you really need supplementation, make sure you're pairing it with vitamin D3 and K2. These vitamins work together to direct calcium into your bones and keep it out of your arteries. But be careful. If your multivitamin contains 500 to 1,000 milligrams of calcium per day, and you're already eating calcium-rich foods, you might be overdoing it. Too much calcium can do more harm than good. Now that we've uncovered the first 3 worst vitamins for seniors, there's still one more left to talk about. It's a supplement you've probably been taking for energy, but it may be silently damaging your nerves. What is it? Vitamin B6. As we move on to our final worst vitamin, let's talk about vitamin B6. At first glance, this vitamin seems harmless. It's water-soluble, so it doesn't accumulate in your body like fat-soluble vitamins do. It's often praised for boosting energy and supporting nerve health, but here's the shocking truth. When taken in high doses, vitamin B6 can become neurotoxic and damage your nervous system. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? A vitamin that's supposed to help your nerves could actually harm them instead. Why does B6 become a problem after 60? The key lies in dosage. While vitamin B6 is essential for nerve health and energy, the body doesn't handle high doses well, especially as we age. When taken in large amounts, vitamin B6 can start to build up in your nerve tissue over time. This gradual accumulation becomes toxic, slowly damaging the very nerves it's supposed to protect. And the scariest part? The symptoms of B6 toxicity often look identical to common signs of aging, like tingling in your hands and feet, numbness, poor balance, and even brain fog. These symptoms can easily be mistaken for the natural effects of aging or even a neurological condition. So most seniors don't realize they're dealing with a B6 overdose. A 2017 study published in Neurology found that seniors taking high doses of B6 supplements had double the risk of nerve damage symptoms compared to those who kept their intake within safe limits. Even a moderate overdose of 50 milligrams per day, well below the upper limit of 100 milligrams, can lead to significant nerve damage in older adults. And many of the nerve support formulas and energy boosters on the market contain 100 to 250% of the daily limit of B6 in just one serving. If you're also taking a multivitamin or consuming fortified foods, you could easily be overdosing every single day without even realizing it. The symptoms of B6 toxicity can range from muscle weakness and fatigue to poor coordination and frequent falls. But here's the real problem. Unlike other vitamin deficiencies that are easy to fix, nerve damage caused by high doses of vitamin B6 can take months or even years to recover from, and in some cases, the damage is permanent. So, what can you do instead? First, make sure you're getting your vitamin B6 from food sources like chickpeas, tuna, turkey, bananas, and fortified cereals. The daily requirement for seniors is relatively low, just 1.5 to 1.7 milligrams, which is easily met with a healthy diet. But if you do need supplementation, avoid high-dose B6 pills. Check your supplement labels carefully. If your multivitamin or energy formula contains more than 5 to 10 milligrams of B6 per serving, it's time to switch. Remember, vitamin B6 is essential, but more is not better. After 60, it's about giving your body just enough to support nerve health without overwhelming your system. Too much of this vitamin could quietly rob you of your balance, mobility, and independence. Now that we've covered the 4 worst vitamins for seniors, let's turn our focus to something far more positive. The 4 essential vitamins that you must take daily after 60 to protect your body and enhance your health. The truth is, as harmful as some supplements can be, others are absolutely critical for aging well. These vitamins have been linked to stronger bones, a sharper brain, and a healthier heart. They aren't just recommended, they are necessary for thriving in your senior years. So, let's begin with the first essential nutrient, magnesium. This mineral may not get as much attention as others, but it is a quiet powerhouse in your body. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions, and as you age, it becomes even more crucial. Magnesium helps maintain steady heart rhythm, supports nerve function, regulates blood sugar, and strengthens your bones. And yet, magnesium deficiency is incredibly common in seniors, often going unnoticed until its effects start to show. Think about it. If you've been experiencing muscle cramps at night, trouble sleeping, unexplained fatigue, or an irregular heartbeat, you might be silently suffering from a magnesium deficiency. But the good news is, it's easy to fix. When magnesium levels are restored, many seniors report a significant improvement in their sleep quality, fewer muscle cramps, more stable energy levels, and even sharper memory and focus. Why is magnesium so important after 60? Because it helps prevent age-related conditions like atrial fibrillation, which raises stroke risk. A 2018 study published in Nutrients found that magnesium deficiency in older adults was linked to a 50% higher risk of developing atrial fibrillation. But magnesium doesn't just help with your heart. It also helps reduce chronic inflammation, a major factor in aging. Chronic inflammation accelerates brain decline, joint pain, and muscle weakness, which is why magnesium is often considered one of the most underrated nutrients for seniors. So, how can you ensure you're getting enough magnesium? The first step is to choose high-quality supplements that are easily absorbed. Magnesium glycinate, magnesium citrate, and magnesium malate are the best forms for seniors, as they are gentler on the stomach and more absorbable than magnesium oxide. The ideal daily dose for most seniors is between 250 and 400 milligrams, but your individual needs may vary depending on your diet and health conditions. Magnesium-rich foods are also a great source. Foods like leafy greens, spinach and kale, pumpkin seeds, almonds, avocados, black beans, and even dark chocolate are excellent natural sources of magnesium. However, because of soil depletion, food alone may not provide enough magnesium, which is why supplementation can be a game changer. As you restore magnesium to your system, many of those annoying aging issues like cramps, fatigue, and brain fog will begin to fade away, allowing you to feel more youthful and energized. But what's next? Let's talk about another essential nutrient that plays a major role in your health after 60, vitamin D3. Vitamin D3, the sunshine vitamin. This nutrient isn't just about having strong bones, it's about so much more than that. For seniors, vitamin D3 plays a critical role in keeping bones dense, muscles strong, and the immune system sharp. But here's the catch. After 60, your body's ability to make vitamin D3 from sunlight drops by more than 50%. If you spend more time indoors or live in areas with weak sunlight, your chances of vitamin D3 deficiency skyrocket. So what happens when you're low on vitamin D3? It's not just about bone pain. It's about your heart, your mood, and even your cognitive function. The effects of vitamin D3 deficiency can be subtle but devastating. If you find yourself feeling constantly fatigued, experiencing low mood or depression, or struggling to recover from illnesses, it could be because your body is lacking in vitamin D3. Seniors with low levels of vitamin D3 are at a much higher risk of developing respiratory infections, and studies have shown they have a 30% higher risk of death from all causes. That means everything from heart disease to diabetes to dementia is more likely if your vitamin D3 levels aren't where they should be. So, how do you know if you're deficient? The symptoms can be vague: constant tiredness, achy bones, weak muscles, and poor balance. You might chalk it up to aging, but it's often simply a lack of vitamin D3. Here's the problem. Most senior multivitamins contain only 400 to 800 IU of vitamin D3, which is far too low to maintain optimal levels. Studies suggest that seniors need at least 1,000 to 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 per day to keep their bones, muscles, and immune system in top shape. But not all vitamin D is created equal. The best form of vitamin D3 is the calciferol D3, which is much more effective than the weaker D2 form. Vitamin D is fat soluble, which means it's best absorbed when you take it with healthy fats. Think olive oil, avocado, or a fatty fish like salmon. And if blood tests show that you're severely deficient, your doctor may recommend even higher doses temporarily to restore balance. Food sources of vitamin D3 include fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, egg yolks, and fortified foods like milk and orange juice. But here's the reality. Food alone isn't usually enough. Because your body's ability to make vitamin D3 diminishes with age, supplementation is often essential to maintain optimal levels. This vitamin is your body's shield against frailty and a vital component of a strong, healthy life after 60. So if you've been feeling more sluggish, weak, or prone to illness, it might be time to check your vitamin D3 levels. With the right levels, seniors often report feeling more energetic, more stable, and even happier within weeks. But there's more. The next vitamin we'll talk about is even more critical for brain health, nerve function, and overall vitality after 60. Let's move on to vitamin B12. Vitamin B12, the nerve protector and brain savior. By the time you reach 65, up to 1 in 4 seniors are deficient in vitamin B12, and most don't even know it. Why? As we get older, our stomachs produce less acid, which is needed to separate B12 from food. On top of that, common medications like antacids and proton pump inhibitors, often taken by seniors for acid reflux or diabetes, make it even harder to absorb enough vitamin B12. Why is B12 so crucial after 60? Because it's essential for 3 major functions in the body. First, it supports brain health by protecting nerve cells and preventing brain shrinkage. It helps with memory and cognitive function. Second, it supports blood health by helping your body produce red blood cells, which prevent anemia and fatigue. And third, it helps maintain muscle balance by supporting nerve communication to your muscles. Without it, you risk experiencing muscle weakness, poor coordination, and an increased risk of falls. Vitamin B12 deficiency doesn't just cause fatigue. It can mimic dementia, depression, and even neuropathy, nerve damage. Many seniors are told these symptoms are just part of the aging process. But the truth is, they could be the result of a simple vitamin deficiency. If left unchecked, low vitamin B12 can lead to irreversible nerve damage, so it's essential to catch it early. Symptoms of low B12 can be subtle at first: persistent tiredness, memory lapses, confusion or brain fog, tingling or numbness in your hands and feet, or poor balance and frequent falls. But these symptoms are easy to dismiss as aging, which is why B12 deficiency is often overlooked. It's important to get tested and take action before it's too late. The recommended daily amount of B12 for seniors is 500 to 1,000 micrograms, much higher than the tiny amount found in most multivitamins. But how do you get enough? First, make sure you're taking the right form of B12 methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin. These forms are better absorbed by older adults. If you have trouble absorbing B12 from food, consider taking sublingual lozenges, which dissolve under your tongue and are absorbed directly into your bloodstream. In severe cases, doctors may recommend injections to bring your levels back to normal. While you can get B12 from foods like fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy, many seniors may still need supplements due to the reduced ability to absorb it from food. The good news is that B12 is water soluble, so your body will flush out any excess. This makes it one of the safest vitamins to supplement with no risk of toxicity. But without enough B12, you're putting your brain, nerves, and muscles at risk. Now that we've covered vitamin B12, let's talk about the number 1 nutrient you need for longevity, brain health, and heart health after 60: omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids, the longevity nutrient. If there's one supplement that can truly change the way you age, it's omega-3 seconds, specifically EPA and DHA. These healthy fats are more than just good for you, they're life extending. In fact, a massive study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 42,000 seniors and discovered something incredible. Those with the highest blood levels of omega-3 seconds had a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. Yes, that means fewer heart attacks, fewer strokes, sharper minds, stronger joints, and even longer lives. Why are omega-3 seconds so crucial after 60? As we age, chronic inflammation becomes one of our biggest health threats. This silent inflammation fuels arthritis, weakens muscles, stiffens arteries, and accelerates brain decline. Omega-3 seconds work as powerful anti-inflammatories, helping to protect against all of these issues. In fact, they are one of the most researched nutrients for aging, and the evidence is overwhelming. Omega-3 seconds help reduce inflammation, improve heart health, protect the brain, and even slow cellular aging by protecting your telomeres, the end caps of your DNA. Let's break it down. Omega-3 seconds are critical for heart health. They help reduce dangerous arrhythmias, lower triglyceride levels, and keep your blood vessels flexible. When your arteries remain flexible, they are less prone to blockages, which reduces your risk of heart disease and stroke. But omega-3 seconds don't stop there. They also play a major role in brain health. DHA, in particular, is a building block of brain tissue. It helps protect memory, focus, and mood, which is crucial as we age and face cognitive decline. In addition to protecting the heart and brain, omega-3 seconds are essential for joint health. They help reduce stiffness and pain, making it easier to move and stay active. As we get older, maintaining mobility becomes one of the most important aspects of health, and omega-3 seconds are a key player in keeping those joints flexible and pain-free. So, how do you ensure you're getting enough omega-3 seconds? Unfortunately, most people aren't getting the necessary amounts of these essential fats from their diet. In fact, 68% of adults over 60 inches, the US, are deficient in omega-3 seconds, largely because many seniors don't eat enough fatty fish. Processed foods rich in omega-6 oils like corn, soy, and canola oil also contribute to an omega-3 imbalance, which only increases inflammation in the body. This imbalance fuels heart disease, brain fog, joint pain, and faster aging. Here's how you can fix it. First, start by eating more fatty fish. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week of salmon, sardines, anchovies, or mackerel. These fish are packed with omega-3 seconds, especially EPA and DHA. If you're not a fan of fish or you have allergies, don't worry. There are plant-based alternatives like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts that contain ALA, another form of omega-3. However, ALA is less potent than EPA and DHA, so you may need higher amounts. If you're still not getting enough omega-3 seconds from food, supplementation can make all the difference. Choose a high-quality fish oil supplement that provides at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily. For seniors with heart or inflammatory issues, your doctor may recommend 2,000 milligrams or more. When choosing a supplement, look for fish oil that's been tested for heavy metals and purified for safety. Ideally, it should be in triglyceride form, which is better absorbed by the body. It's important to take your omega-3 supplement with a meal that contains healthy fats like avocado or olive oil to improve absorption. If you're vegan or allergic to fish, algae-based omega-3 supplements are a great option as they provide DHA directly. Now that we've covered the 4 vitamins and nutrients you need to thrive after 60 magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and omega-3 seconds, let's summarize the key takeaways. First, avoid the 4 harmful supplements vitamin A in the form of retinol, iron, calcium, and high-dose B6. These can silently harm your organs, damage your nerves, and accelerate aging. But more importantly, make sure you're taking the right vitamins to keep your body strong, your brain sharp, and your heart healthy. Magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and omega-3 seconds aren't just good for you, they're essential for optimal health in your senior years. And the truth is, the difference between decline and vitality isn't just about luck or age. It's about making the right choices, the right vitamins, the right foods, the right habits. By fueling your body with the nutrients it truly needs, you can protect your organs, maintain your strength, and even extend your life. Your future health isn't written yet. You're writing it right now with every decision you make. So, before you take another pill or pop another vitamin, check the labels. Make sure what you're taking is actually supporting your health, not draining it. And remember, it's never too late to start making better choices, because the best years of your life don't have to be behind you with the right nutrition and supplements. They can still be ahead of you. Now, before we wrap up, I want to know from you, which vitamins surprised you the most in today's video? Are any of the vitamins you're currently taking on the worst list? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this information valuable, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the health truths that can help you live stronger, longer. Your future self will thank you.